Hey Soul Fam! I'm here, I'm doing my first collab. A little nervous, not used to being so in front of the camera, so bear with me. This collab is about 5 things I didn't know until I became a mom, or didn't realize until I became a mom, or I don't know, something brilliant that Veronica came up with. And I'll do a shout out to Veronica and a number of other mommy vloggers at the end. Okay, so number 1. The first thing that really surprised me about being a mom was what a sanctimonious bee I was before becoming a mom. You know that saying that the most perfect moms are the ones who had never had kids before? That was me. Perfect mom pre-having kids, real mom now. Before you become a mom, all of those people that you judged for letting their kids cry in the supermarket, letting their kids ruin a meal at a restaurant, putting their kids on a leash, I don't know, any number of things that we all get judgy about. I mean, all the way down to vaccinating or not vaccinating, breastfeeding or not breastfeeding, circumcising or not circumcising. All those things, I think everybody comes in with these preconceived notions of what they will be doing or will not be doing as moms, and by and large, you have control over some things. I mean, whether or not you're circumcised, whether or not you're vaccinated, sure, all those things. But I guarantee you that one day your child is going to have a meltdown in the supermarket and you've got a cart full of groceries and no food at home, and you know what you're going to do? You're going to make that kid stick it out so that you can get home and you can actually feed everybody with the food that's in the cart. Number 2, I always had a close group of friends, mainly men though, and you know, a couple of females. I didn't really start bonding with other women until I became a mom. All of a sudden, I joined this sisterhood of people who were being ruled by tyrannical little people. I mean, nothing quite bonds you like talking about how little sleep you're getting, how much life is different now that you are a mom, how much sleep you're not getting, and you know, all the multitude of other quirky things that children do. It is really easy to bond with other moms when you all have the shared experience of basically being servants to irrational, demanding bosses. Whew. It's like a sorority of people suffering from Stockholm Syndrome. Number 3. Speaking of being close to women, the third big thing that I realized in becoming a mom is what a super saint my own mother is. I mean, I went through the whole ups and downs of a mother-daughter relationship, from, you know, really being a horrendous teenager and an entitled, you know, college student and going through all that. And now my mom is my best friend. To this day, she helps take care of my kids. And she continues to be a wonderful mother to me, an amazing grandmother to my kids. I would have had no idea how saintly my mother was until, saintly, we're Buddhists, so bodhisattva-like. I would have never known how much she sacrificed, how much she did, and really how much I needed to appreciate her until I had my own kids. I mean, I tell my siblings who don't have kids yet and they're relatively young, my brother's 10 years younger than me, my sister's 16 years younger than me, so they really have no idea, and they love my mom, but they're really not going to know the depths of how wonderful my mom is, or our mom is, until they have their own kids. Because there is no way to understand the sacrifices that parents make for their children until you become one. Number 4, I was not prepared, did not realize, had no idea how hard breastfeeding was going to be. You know, I think when we go into, we're pregnant, we're getting ready to have the baby, we have no idea that opting to breastfeed means that there's going to be a tiny human attached to our breast around the clock. This idea that we're gonna feed the baby's gonna go down for a nap, you know, maybe we'll play with the baby for a little bit, and then have a reasonable cycle, it's just not true. If anybody's read the book Happiest Baby on the Block, which if you haven't read, I highly, highly recommend, babies actually go through what is like a 4th trimester. All of the things that they needed inside the womb, like constant nutrition, the feel of, or the sound of whooshing water around them, being tightly bound, those are all things that newborns really need. Keep in mind, in order for them to constantly have a stream of nutrients where they don't ever feel hunger, that requires them being attached to your breast. And on top of that, even if you were to say opt to give them a bottle, you would still need to pump, because apparently your body needs to be constantly dispensing milk for it to keep up with the volume demands of a growing human. So having this baby that has to be attached to you around the clock, it is exhausting. And because the baby's constantly nursing, you think you're not producing enough milk. You think that you're not doing it right. There's got to be something wrong. The baby can't actually need to nurse this much. The baby does need to nurse that much. And guess what? While they're nursing for the first few weeks, it's going to be pain. You're taking one of the most sensitive parts of your body, and then you are putting a child on it that is nursing. So your nipples have to like toughen up, and basically I think what happens in the beginning is that you experience so much pain, and then the nerve endings have to die, so that the only nerve endings that are left are the ones that are useful for breastfeeding, right? And totally repulsed by everything else. And I think that the pain from breastfeeding doesn't subside for at least 2 to 3 weeks. So you've got to tough it out feeding this baby around the clock until you either give up, which I know a lot of people do, and I mean, I don't blame you, or like somehow you like dig down deep and shake off the baby blues, which for real is a thing. Like, I'm not a crier, but I got the baby blues really badly, and I think it was a combination of a lack of sleep, the hormone fluctuations, and the effing pain from breastfeeding. Number 5, I did not realize I had such a tolerance for things that are disgusting. I mean, I went to college, so, you know, I held back my fair share of hair from girlfriends who were vomiting, and that always made me really queasy. But for some reason, if the bodily fluids are coming out of my children, it's not a big deal. I mean, my first had projectile poops, where while he was on the changing table, that poop could go from the changing table to the wall across from the changing table. And instead of being disgusted, my husband and I, we just laughed. Wiped it off the wall, told the story on Facebook, I think. So poop, not a big issue. I'm fairly certain I've been peed in the face by one of my kids. For sure my husband has, which I thought was also hilarious. Spit up, vomit, all of those things, they don't trigger disgusted me anymore. Though I probably wouldn't want an adult to do the things that my kids do on my clothes or face. Okay, so collab shout outs. I'm going to do quick ones and then I'll list everybody that's on this collab in the comments. But I first want to say thank you so much to Veronica Carter, because she's the one who organized everything. Her channel is also, obviously, hers is called Veronica Carter. She does lifestyle, beauty, other DIYs. Let's see, who else is awesome in here? Shay, who is the vlogger over at Shay Life TV. She does vlogging, beauty, advice tips, general mommy talk. Very cool stuff on her channel. Then Drea Daigle over at Drea Daigle by name. She actually does all kinds of cool things. Thrifting, pro-gun, I love pro-2A people. Homemaking and Grace, which is just a slew of awesome mommy things. And Courtney Topping over at Beautifully Creative. Sierra Burgess over at Sierra Burgess. She does some cool Target dollar spot hauls, which I super enjoy. Lots of good haul videos, good mommy stuff over there. I'm gonna list everybody else down here. I want to thank, really, Veronica did a great job putting this collab together. It's a really fun topic, and I want to thank all my other collaborators, because really you guys are my mommy tribe. If you guys enjoyed this 5 things that surprised me about motherhood, and if you like what I have to say, you like kids, you like family stuff, hit the subscribe button. I'd love to see you again.
Just really wanna know what I'm supposed to do, darling. We could go now, or we could save it for later.